More parents than ever before are choosing to homeschool their children. In fact, in the last 20 years, the number of homeschool students in our state has nearly quadrupled.
Yesterday, we broke down the numbers. This morning, though, we're delving into the reasons why.
And I'll be honest, I had my own ideas about homeschool, but a family I met when I moved here opened my eyes as to why so many people are choosing this path.
Okay, what could you do? Why don't you just start writing your spelling words twice? Do that.
Being a mom requires patience.
It's like the letter K, remember?
I don't want to do that.
Being a mom to 5 boys, well, that requires a whole lot of patience.
Will you stop doing that? Seriously.
Especially when you're their teacher, too.
What do you see that maybe here you didn't spell something right? I just had such a desire to be the one that had the main influence into my kids' lives. What's that?
For Conway mom Kiki Carpenter, the decision to homeschool her kids was an easy one. Her husband, a campus pastor, travels frequently around the globe, making time together a priority.
Being able to homeschool and teach the boys and do it on the road and take them with us wherever we go and just always learn together and be together has been like the biggest blessing we could have ever had.
I think homeschoolers are finding it to be much easier than they once thought it was. You see how wonderful it can be as a homeschooler.
Lisa Crook is the director of the Arkansas Education Alliance, a support system for homeschool families in the state. She says as the years go by, the reasons why families choose to homeschool are changing.
In the mid-90s, when you first kind of started hearing about homeschooling, parents probably had chosen it for a faith-based reason. It's evolved into circumstances. It's given them freedom. You have parents who work out of state and travel with their jobs, and they take their families with them. We've had families with illnesses, whether it be another family member that they're having to take care of. So it's not so much as what it once was.
We reached out to our THV11 viewers on Facebook and received nearly 80 responses from parents. Shannon Briley says, when my oldest was school age, I quickly realized I didn't want her away from me all day long for most of the week. I felt like she was way too young to be with strangers all day. Lisa Ruckel says her child suffers from ADHD and general anxiety disorder. The ability to homeschool has made her thrive because we've been able to tailor the day and schedule according to what she can handle. And Stacy Toll Wilson says bullies were the reason. She writes, my daughter would come home crying every day, telling me how many kids bullied and called names and made fun of others. I called the school repeatedly, hoping the school would handle the situation. Best choice I could have made. Crook also points out families are defying the stigma of homeschooling, one of them being the lack of socialization that's associated with home-based education.
We have probably close to about 80 support groups around the state, groups that have sports, they have school formals, they have yearbooks. There are groups around that have the homeschool band.
Say the alphabet, start at the very beginning.
For Carpenter, homeschooling allows her even more social opportunities to show her kids real hands-on experiences.
It allows you to socialize your kids as you see fit, instead of having them socialized by other 5th graders, by other 8th graders, by other 2nd graders, and I appreciate that about it. What does it say your definition is?
While the reasons why vary from family to family, Carpenter is confident this decision is the right one for hers.
Blessed. Full. Yeah, not perfect, but perfect for us.
Well, today, homeschool students can participate in so many activities at public schools like sports and band. They can also earn college credit, too, by taking courses at local colleges. And as they mentioned in there are co-ops, homeschool communities. So you have every opportunity to really be involved and get your child to learn with other homeschool students.
When I worked in Springfield in sports, we had a homeschool Knights as a football team. One of the athletes actually got a college scholarship to a Division I school, one of the top 20 schools in the nation, in fact. And so they're all kind of aspects you're still allowed to take part in.
Yeah, and it is changing. I think that's what attracts so many people to it, and that's another choice for their families. But keep in mind, Crook and most everyone I spoke with says it isn't for everyone, but she does encourage you to do your research beforehand. Figure out what's best for you, best for your family. There are options out there, plenty of them.